Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and today we're going to be talking about the biggest surprises and the biggest disappointments to come out of film in 2017. This is a special collaboration with Lazy Movie Nerd Max, in which we're both going to be sharing our biggest surprises and biggest disappointments to come out of this past year. So here in this video, you're going to be hearing my surprises and his disappointments, and then make sure you go over and check out his channel, hit that subscribe button, and then watch the video we've posted over there of his biggest surprises with my disappointments. So before I get into my official list, here are some honorable mentions that did surprise me this year. The Man Who Invented Christmas looked like it could be corny schlock, but I found it to be a really inventive, fun way to tell a very familiar story. Good Time was not on my radar at all, so when I went into the theater and absolutely loved it and thought Robert Pattinson gave one of the best performances of the year, yeah, you could say I was pretty surprised. And then Power Rangers was one that could either be awesome or kind of suck, and then seeing those like Iron Man Transformers style uniforms, I was leaning towards suck, but I actually liked it quite a bit. And now, onto the actual list. In at number 5, I have Happy Death Day. This film had potential in the trailers. I thought, okay, where are we going to go with this? The trailers look kind of ridiculous, and I don't think it's going to actually be good, but I'm holding out hope. And that hope was held for good reason, because I think Happy Death Day was a really fun film. Is it really scary? No, really, not at all actually. But it is a well-crafted film that uses humor really, really well, with great acting performances and a really fun twist in the end. A familiar Groundhog's Day formula applied to comedic horror very well. At number 4, I have Girls Trip. Another raunchy, R-rated comedy. Over the last few years, we have just been barraged with this style of comedy. And I have to say, most of them, I really don't like. And then we got Rough Night with Scarlett Johansson that was just kind of meh. And the trailers for this had a couple of chuckles, but it really seemed like, okay, here we go again. Another trailer to fool us into thinking maybe there's something there, when really there's nothing. But lo and behold, this turned out to be one of my top 3 comedies of the year. I thought this movie was hilarious, actually. I was laughing throughout the entire film, like real laughs throughout. And I just had a really good time. I was never bored. My mind never wandered. We got some great acting performances and some amazing chemistry from our 4 leads. It just all worked for me. I thought there was a high chance that I really wouldn't like this film. Turns out, it's one of my favorite comedies of the year. At number 3, I have Ingrid Goes West. Another film I didn't see much marketing for, but I actually think the marketing was pretty solid for this movie. However, Aubrey Plaza always seems to have solid marketing for her films. And she always is in that weird place where I trust her. I want to love what she does because I do think she's a funny person. But I really don't know that I've liked any of her films up to Ingrid Goes West. They've all just been disappointment after disappointment after disappointment. So imagine my surprise when I absolutely loved Ingrid Goes West. And when I say loved, I mean this has a shot at my top 10 favorite films of all of 2017. I just loved it. It is so smart, it is so sophisticated, it has so much meaning and emotion underneath this kind of like crazy comedic persona. I thought all of our performances were fantastic, including Aubrey Plaza, including Elizabeth Olsen. It really is just a stellar piece of film, and I absolutely loved it, and it really shocked me just how much I loved this film. At number 2, I have Annabelle Creation. So the trailers themselves were fine. They didn't actually move the needle this way or that way for me. Plus, I saw this over a month early at a pre-screening, so we hadn't gotten a huge amount of marketing for this film quite yet. However, the first Annabelle was a huge disappointment. The snippet in The Conjuring was so much better with Annabelle than anything we saw in that first film. So I really was not looking forward to seeing Annabelle Creation. Like, at all. And even if the marketing campaign itself was awesome, you can only take that with a grain of salt when it comes to horror in general, because they know how to cut a really cool trailer and then know how to not deliver as well. But I loved Annabelle Creation. I think this is one of the best horror films of the year. It's one of the best, like, straight up, like, scary movies of the year. It has those jumps. It has that tension. It has everything you're looking for in a good mainstream horror film. We had great performances from all of these child actors. They used Annabelle to great effect this time round. And I just think it's a really solid movie, and as I said, one of the best horrors of the year, when I went in thinking, here we go again. And my pick for the biggest surprise of 2017 is Get Out. There was so much hype when the first trailer for this film came out in 2016. And then I watched the first trailer and didn't get the hype. I thought it actually looked dumb. Like, it looked as if it were a stupid, weird, slapsticky horror film. And I wasn't impressed with the trailer. I thought it was a cool premise, but it didn't seem as if it were actually going to be executed very well from the trailers. So heading in, I went in with an open mind, but I even included this in my worst movies of the year last year as like a preview of movies I wasn't looking forward to in 2017. I just really didn't think this looked good. So imagine my surprise when I walk into that theater and have an amazing time. And, like Annabelle, find this to be one of, if not the best horror film of the year. As I said with Ingrid Goes West, this is also competing to be in my top 10 favorite movies across genres for 2017. I loved it so much. Not only is this a well-crafted thriller, it is so intelligent, and this script is one of the best scripts of 2017. Again, across genres. It's such a well-executed film from top to bottom. Beautifully written, amazingly directed, so smart, so good. I love Get Out. And that's after thinking it was one of the movies I was dreading most in the year. So yeah, I think that qualifies as my biggest surprise of the year. Alright, Max, take it away and let us know what your biggest disappointments of 2017 were.
Thanks, Larry. Folks, if this is your first time watching one of Larry's videos, then take it from me, he is awesome. But you know what is not awesome? The movies I'm about to talk about. These are this year's disappointments. Films that had promised but turned out to be complete dumpster fires. No offense to dumpsters everywhere. Let's begin this shit show at number 5 with Flatliners. If you haven't seen it, then you're missing absolutely nothing. What promised to be a fun horror or suspense movie is just a boring slog with ridiculous dialogue and absolutely no suspenseful or scary moment. A few spoiled brats do some stupid stuff and bad things start to happen to them. Kind of like this. Then they stop doing this stuff and the bad things stop. The end. Immensely exciting. At number 4 of this list of broken dreams is Kingsman, The Golden Circle. The original was one of the best movies of 2014 and my favorite spy movie to date. So what to do for the sequel? Well, how about the standard Hollywood formula? The same thing over again, just with a bigger cast and more special effects. What this movie gained in cast, it lost in story. Predictable from beginning to end, filled with second-rate action scenes, this movie was the equivalent of trading up from cheesecake to fruitcake. Sounds great, but is gross and hard to swallow. Halfway down the list, at number 3 is Jackie Chan, and his attempt at his own version of Taken, The Foreigner. This movie had no idea what it wanted to be. Was it a ripoff of Taken? Was it a remake of Rambo? Or was it an updated take on Clear and Present Danger? Who cares? Pierce Brosnan sleepwalked through this while Jackie Chan had entirely too few action scenes. Plot? What plot? Just another lame movie that's already halfway to being forgotten forever. Number 2. A great place on the list and also a polite way to refer to crap. What film better suited for this spot than Ghost in the Shell? No need to be polite when talking about this pile of shit. Such pretty trailers, such idiotic movie. Based on a great anime that used Blade Runner as its inspiration, this movie watches like a really lame remake of RoboCop. Not the good RoboCop, but the one from a few years ago. There's absolutely cringe-worthy dialogue, no character development, no discernible plot, and a really lame villain. What's not to love? Hey, number one. Only one movie deserves this spot this year. American Assassin. Such promising trailers. Michael Keaton. Action. Explosions. What could go wrong? How about everything? This movie is like a really bad version of Triple X. And Triple X wasn't exactly a masterpiece itself. The plot is obvious from the first moment and is the plot of Triple X almost to a T, just without the humor or the hot chicks. The main character is just some asshole with no redeeming qualities. The villain is just like his twin. Michael Keaton tries to save this shit show, but even he can't stop the boat from sinking. You know the music scene from Triple X that introduced Ramstein to the world? That's replaced with some weird-ass montage that's set to the first 30 seconds of War Eternal by Arch Enemy. One of the greatest songs of the past decade sullied by being in this crappy movie. Ah! Alright, so how about I add a bit to this pile of horse poop? Here's a couple of movies that didn't quite make the list. The Mummy. I don't think that I have to elaborate on this one. Cool trailer, ridiculously bad film. Russell Crowe just phoning in a ludicrous kind of villain. Life. The movie called Life, not the disaster that my life has been lately. That's way worse than the movie. As far as the movie goes, here's what must have gone through someone's mind. Let's remake Alien, but do it on a set of Gravity. Won't that be cool? No, it won't, and it wasn't. And last but not least, A Cure for Wellness. What a goddamn embarrassment for Jason Isaacs. Trailers promised a smart movie, but what we got was a ridiculously stupid take on Frankenstein's monster, complete with terrible special effects and horrible overacting. A masterpiece for sure. So here we are. Thanks for going on this journey down the drain with me. I'm Max, and you can catch me on Twitter at LazyMovieNerd. Bye!
Thank you so much for joining me over here on my channel, Mr. Lazy Movie Nerd. I appreciate that you took the time to collaborate with me on this end of the year ranking series. Everyone, please make sure you go over and check out Lazy Movie Nerd. And go ahead and subscribe to his channel because he puts out amazing, awesome content. Also, make sure you check out our other video, which is posted over on his channel, that gives my ranking of the biggest disappointments of the year with his ranking of the biggest surprises of the year. You won't want to miss that. Meanwhile, let us know what your picks for biggest disappointments and biggest surprises of 2017 are. Do you agree with the films we listed here in this video? Do you disagree? And which ones would you like to add to the conversation? Let us know either with comments in the comment section down below, or you can hit either one of us up on Twitter. And if you liked this video, make sure you go ahead and click like on that thumbs up down below and subscribe to the channel so you are always up to date on our latest videos. I love you all so much for your support. Mwah. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!